Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I hope everybody's doing okay on this beautiful Saturday in South Florida. Today I want to talk about Cubans, our lost brothers and sisters. I'm starting to realize that Cubans have it in their worldview that somehow they are a part of white culture in America. And I think this is very dangerous because I think they are setting themselves up for catastrophic fall. Cubans have to understand. I said this before. I have to go more in depth in this conversation. Cubans need to realize you cannot, will not, are not accepted in white America. Now, you may have some good white folks who are not white nationalists or white supremacists. They may treat you well, but you have to understand that the ones you have to worry about are the ones who will be the nicest to you. See, Cubans now don't understand that they coming over here. I don't care if you've been here for 5 years, 10 years, 12 years, 20 years, 2 decades. You are coming here. You are intermingling with the cleaned up version of white nationalism and white supremacy. You got the clean version. These white people you dealing with now, that's the clean version. That's what makes it so tricky. Because they'll laugh with you. They'll make you feel as if you're one of them. Especially if you attack other groups like Foundation of Black Americans. But at the end of the day, they don't want you here. And when you understand white nationalism and white supremacy, you will understand that. They will put on a good face if they can use you. And a lot of Cubans, especially the ones in Miami now, those are not revolutionary Cubans. Those want to be white adjacent Cubans. That may not be today, maybe not your children, but your children's children, one day gonna have to fight a battle that you didn't prepare them for. Because you wanted to be white adjacent. You have to understand what white supremacy and what a white national is. When you understand that, you will realize you are not one of them. They will use you to undermine other groups in America. They always did that. They did Asians like that, Hispanics. They do them like that to this day. You must understand what a white nationalist is. White nationalism is a political ideology that advocates for the creation, preservation, or expansion of a nation specifically for white people. White nationalists generally argue that white people should maintain political and cultural control of majority white countries, that immigration from non-white populations should be reduced or stopped, and that multiculturalism threatens white identity and culture. That's what a white nationalist is. You can't join that. No matter how much they pat you on the head, how much they smile. You can't join that. Now, white supremacy is the belief that white people are inherently superior to other racial groups and therefore should dominate society politically, economically, socially, historically. White supremacy has been associated with slavery, segregation, colonialism, discriminatory laws, and system of racial hierarchy. Hierarchy. You can't join that. You can't join that. They will use you. They will make you think you're a part of them. Yeah, good job. There you go. Y'all don't see how they even use black people against other black people? Y'all don't see Candace Owens? Y'all don't see these black people on social media always talking negative about black culture? Always try to make it seem like something is exclusive to black people, which makes no sense. Because a lot of those people, they hope that's listening to them won't do any research, won't go check facts. Sometimes when you have a bias already built in your head, when you hear something that connects with your bias, that gives you more reason to think it's true. But what it does is it just takes two ignorant people, both with misinformation. That's what you become. You become an ignorant person with no information. You don't read, you don't study anything. You don't understand it's places to go get information from that's based on facts, accurate data. But a lot of times, people who have a racial bias, for instance, when they hear something negative about that race they have a bias against, they automatically believe it. They get almost excited. Yeah, I knew it. Told you. You heard that, honey? They get almost excited. But if they did a little more research, they'll find out that it was just their bias. It wasn't factual. It wasn't rooted in actual facts. Cubans right now are going through a phase, and I feel sorry for them because I think they are setting their children up for failure because they're refusing to understand what white nationalism and what white supremacy represents in America. And you doing exactly what rich people do to poor white people. You are misleading them. For what reason is beyond me. You have enough cultural fortitude to not have to kowtow to white supremacy. You don't have to bow. Black people showed everybody how to fight white supremacy. You don't have to bow down to it. You don't have to join it. Some of you are literally trying to join white supremacy because you have convinced yourself that you are white. You have told yourself you are a white man. You are a white woman. And those white nationalists looking at you and saying, no, the hell you're not. And if you think for 1 minute that these people are going to let your Cuban sandwich eating ass, your toxic coffee drinking ass, take over these rich cities, you are sadly mistaken. They coming for these big cities. White nationalists and white supremacy, They coming for these big cities. You notice the only cities they talk about are the richest ones: New York, LA, Miami, Dallas, Houston. I got a video up about those states, and you'll learn those are the richest states. Those are the most successful states. Those are the states that everybody around the world come and visit. And guess what? They are the most diverse states and cities. You think that's a coincidence? You think that's a coincidence? Go look at the states you hear a lot of white nationalists and white supremacists talking about it. Go check out the cities. Chicago, LA, New York, Miami. What do they all have in common? All those cities I just named, they majority minority. But wait a minute. I thought they told us that everybody want to move around white people. What you're going to learn listening to this podcast, you're going to learn ain't nobody trying to live around no all white nothing. And I'm going to show you, Cubans, how you do it. I love white people. I got white folks in my family. I got mixed nieces and nephews. But white people don't have enough cultural fortitude to hold down no big city. They don't have enough oomph. If you take all the people of color out of Miami and you place them with all white people, Miami would collapse in a year. Miami would collapse in a year. Understand, Cubans. Wake up. Wake your asses up. Wake y'all molded Cuban sandwich eating asses up. They don't have enough soul. They don't have enough nothing to run a big city. Big cities run better when they are diverse cities. That's why they call those places cultural centers. That's why most of the big cities in America already majority minority. If white people can run something so good, there are plenty of places that has majority white. But go look at the cities. None of them are popping. The whole point why I'm saying this here, because I don't understand why Cubans feel the need to be white adjacent. The culture you have is way greater than theirs. See, these white people over here now, they are former Europeans. That's why if you go over to places in Europe, they still have culture. They got art, they got their perfume, they got certain types of food, they got classical music. Over here, what's cultural about white people? What makes everybody great over here is the diversity. That's what makes everybody great over here. Diversity. That's why your largest city, your most richest city, is what? New York City. Diversity. Majority. Minority. Los Angeles. Majority. Minority. Dallas. Majority. Minority. Houston. Majority. Minority. Atlanta. Majority. Minority. Orlando. Majority. Minority. Fort Lauderdale. Majority. Minority. All the places that people come to around the world, the cities they come to are majority minority cities. So I ask Cubans again, why are you trying to be white adjacent? It's not helping you with nothing. What do you fear? All you're doing is setting your children up for failure. Because it's not my word. Okay, I make a deal with you. Go listen to Nick Fuentes. I know some of y'all probably know who he is. Then I want you to go find out the definition And what does it mean to be a white national or white supremacy? And you will see their ideology don't connect with you. These people are in disguise. They are harder to detect. They will use you. And when they're done using you, they will kick you to the curb like a bad habit. Because white supremacy do not want to mix with nothing Cuban, nothing black, nothing Latino, nothing Hispanic, nothing Mexican, no Haitian, Jamaican. They do not want to mix with none of that. That's the whole point of being white nationalists. That's the whole point. That's why you see the attack. You'll notice it's mostly in all the great cities. All the great cities in America. A majority minority, most of them. And all of them are very diverse. That's what makes them cultural centers. That's what makes them cultural centers. And that's what the white national and the white supremacy hate. Because the most successful cities are the most diverse cities. Check out my video on that. That kind of would explain a lot. Stop setting your children up for failure. Dig deep into information you're hearing. Stop taking individual events that happen to you and trying to spread that across a whole group of people. It's over 50 million black people here today. Just because you have a problem with 5, remember there's 50 million more. Most black people work. We have built this country from scratch. Check out the history. Slavery, what made this country the richest country in the world. America became the richest country in the world around about the 1800s. Let that sink in. They lie about black crime. They lie about black everything. But you have the power to go look and see. You better get that revolutionary spirit back in you. You better. Because the more the white supremacy, the white nationalists, the more their population decline, the more desperate they're going to get. You ought to see the white farmers. They being destroyed. And if you think they're going to just let you sit in these big, rich cities, you got another thought coming. Teach your kids. Respect everybody. But you better teach them that revolutionary fight that Cubans used to have. Don't lose that. Don't start thinking other minority groups is your enemy. You know better than that. I know you not that stupid. You better go study white supremacy and white nationalism. Steve Bannon, Stephen Miller. Don't let these people disguise you. You notice how a lot of you white nationalists, they actually dating women outside of their race. That's part of the game. See, when you got a person outside of your race, you more in disguise. See, you more in disguise. If you got somebody outside of your race, oh, they can't call me racist. I got an Indian wife. Oh, they can't call me racist. I got a black wife. How can I be racist? Oh, you mean I don't like Cubans? My wife is Cuban. Just remember this here. Thomas Jefferson was having babies from black women. He owned hundreds of slaves. Remember, he was a racist white man. But he was having sex and babies and relationships with black women. Study, 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 study white nationalism and white supremacy. And my Cuban brothers and sisters, the real ones, you will find out you ain't part of that group. And you're also going to find out, and I hope not the hard way, they do not want you here.